G'day everyone, something a little bit different. 148 special hobby, the SMB-2 the Super Mystere, the Israeli boxing storm in the sky. I'm not going to try and pronounce that because I won't be able to. This is the high-tech kit, which means you get some 3D extras and a mask set. So this kit was first tooled in 2023 by Azur-Frrom. They boxed it once, and since then Special Hobby have boxed it 3 times, I believe, or they've definitely done it twice, and there's either another one coming or it's out. I saw the box art, but I haven't seen it, so maybe it's not out yet. So we got quite the chunk of plastic there. A mask set. Alright, so there. So the usual history of the aircraft. So this aircraft was started service in the late 50s, going through the 60s. Alright, all your sprues. Call outs are in guns, so Mr. Hobby, Mr. Colour. Still parts, and down here is your resin printed parts. I need to go sideways. So you're actually starting on the fuselage with this one. Straight up, different parts for which scheme you choose. Excuse me. Engine section. So 2 big seam lines to clean up there by the looks of it. The rear is a nozzle. By the looks of it, if you want we're removing a piece and adding one in. This is optional here, so you got a resin piece to go in for your speed brake if you want, or you can probably just leave the kit part as is. And then it is into the cockpit. So it doesn't look too busy there. The cockpit, you got the floor, bulkhead behind the seat, instrument panel, foot pedals, sidewalls, and the seat must be coming in at a later date. Alright, so the opposite side again with the resin speed brake, the air scoop there for which scheme, and this time we're doing we got the intake there again, a huge 2 big seams that will be visible. It's almost full length. And we got we got the fuselage bottom section is a separate piece that comes up onto it. Front gear bay, rear gear bay, main gear bays. Rudder goes in at this stage when you join the halves, and then that base plate comes up when the cockpit tub is in. intake nose ring going on, a couple other parts going on there. Onto the wings, gear bay interior to go in for the wings to go together. So it doesn't look like you need to drill any holes. Wings going on, the stabilizers going on, and some clear parts for the navigation lights and a couple on the wings. Then you're on to the front gear and the rear gear, and your speed brakes doors going on. So you will actually need, if you want the speed brakes open, where I mentioned earlier that would have been the internals of the speed brake, so you will need to cut it out if you want to have them open to see the details inside. And I'm guessing this isn't in the kit, and it's advert for some other resin parts they do for it. And the Mirage, by the looks of it, yes, Mirage 3. So a note here that when it was parked on the ground, the doors were left closed, but it doesn't mean you can't have them open. So that's all about the doors there, and a couple other, there's some small parts going on underneath the fuselage, and pitos and antenna. And then we come back to the ejection seat. A nice larger view of it there, showing the painting colours of it. And then we got the instrument panel combing going on with the heads up for the gun sight. And then the windscreen and canopy, so you got open canopy, closed canopy. So you need, if you're having it closed, you need to cut off some plastic on it on the bottom, and you have the masks for it. And then you're on to ordnance. So you got your drop tanks. We got 250 kilo bomb, and we got here. So this is the Israeli, or is it French missiles? Rafale Chafrier 2. Was it French made them for them, or they bought them from the French? Anyway, I digress. So you this thing saw service, like it saw action and wars. So you could probably find some shots, pictures of it on Google, how it was armed up. You won't be able to base it off of that, but yeah, definitely saw action. Let's make sure that I can fit both here in one go. So as the early Israeli schemes, I love their paint scheme, especially the tricolour camouflage. Alright, make sure I get the English side. Alright, so this is aircraft number 96, 105 Scorpion Squadron, Hazur, Israel, 1973. So that airframe was the very last one to be converted to the, I'll try it, Sa'ar standard, being finished in early 73 after a major rebuild following a landing accident. During October 73, 96 received large yellow and black identification panels. The SARs retired in 75 as the 105 transitioned to the Phantoms, so they went to the F4 Phantoms. And this particular aircraft became part of the Israeli Air Force Museum at Azur-Frrom and was flown there for a time with the red lightning bolt on the fuselage before being permanently grounded. So that isn't a active service scheme with the lightning bolt on it. Alright, next one. Again, another, I do like this camouflage as well. I built something with that scheme, but I can't remember what it was. Alright, this one was the first airframe to be re-engined with the US built XA4 Skyhawk J52 jet engine. Oh, there you go. So it's a Skyhawk engine in it. So at the Central Maintenance Unit Facility, Unit 22, this modification took place between August 1968 and 25th of January 1969. The first flight on 13th of February 1969, piloted by test pilot Danny Shapira. At the time, the project was commonly known as Bleeberg, the first man to undergo heart transplant surgery. So a bit of a backstory to it. And there's one more, which is the tricolour scheme. So this one is 25, aircraft number 25 from 105 Scorpion Squadron. Again, Hatzor, Israel, early 1970s. So this is deliveries of the re-engined airframes began in December 69, and the unit was flying with a mixed fleet of original Sambads and improved SARs for a time. And your colour callouts are down there for the scheme. So you have the FS number as well as Mr. Hobby's callouts. If you want to use another brand, you could use the FS number. Alright, I'll start with the box of resin. Oh my goodness, I got some, I'm not taking it out, but I got some tiny lights in there. Right, just be careful here because I don't know what's going on. So this is going to be a bit hard to see. You got the sidewinder in there. You see the fins on there, and then you got the weapon body and the pylon for it. So that looks really nice the way they've done that, and it's not ideal for showing you, but it does protect it, which is well thought out. So two of them. So here are the, so you got both speed brake sections. So you got the fuselage piece that you need to cut out, and then the door, and a lot of nice internal detail there, so definitely worthwhile doing that. Right. Yay, resin wheels. Alright, so you got a couple of pylons. those bombs there. Your wheel hubs, so you're putting the wheels together, but at least they are one piece. So the nose gear's got the hub there. This is quite nicely done the way they've printed them, and the seat and all that lovely detail ready to go. Love it. No bloody photo etch. Just all this small stuff. I need to be really careful getting these supports off, because when 3D resin's cured, it's bloody hard as nails. Alright, so obviously that is your mask set. Paper off. Okay. The Star of David looks a bit, I'm guessing that's the look they went for. It looks faded to me anyway, but excuse me. Personally, I'm not a fan of that, having the insignia on that panel. If I was doing that version, I'd paint that. I hate using decals at the best of times, especially big ones, and that such a large area on the wing, it'll look better painted, because you can paint your weathering into the scheme, the rest of the scheme, whereas that's just, you know, uniform color. Although you could paint over it, I suppose, but yeah, I'd prefer that they wouldn't, that you'd put one on top. But anyway, that's how they've done it. Otherwise it looks all right. I'll get some still photos of that. Right, so heaps of plastic. Right, start with the clear. Bit of flash on the canopy, and nothing major, but just a touch on there. Otherwise it's nice and clear, so there's no scratches. Alright, so there's the fuselage. So you're looking at be around 29 centimeters once the nose intake lip goes in, thereabouts. Oh, so there is a fair bit of detail on it. It's not fully riveted, but you think of the manufacturer Azur-Frrom, they don't, you think more limited run style. But this does have, although they're very small, you got the male female joins for lining it up. So there's your intake area, bulkhead behind the rear of the seat, raised decals for the side instrument panels, and your engine nozzle. So there's no detail in on the sidewall, but that was part of the pieces that went on the tub. Alright, wings. So again, so we've got all the access maintenance hatches or panels. That's where those clear parts go in on the wings, and you've got your stabilizers. Alright, so at the rear part of the engine there, I think, or was that the front? Oh no, sorry, that's the rear part. So you got the instrument panel, engine fan. Those are the parts that go on the fuselage. Where one of them, I don't know if it was one of them in particular, but depending on which scheme you chose. Alright, now we got more. So that last sprue you may not even use, because this might be, so you got the intake section, you got another engine fan there, and another engine section. So, and you got the rear of it there of the aircraft there. Gear doors have got some detail on them internally, as your intake does. So, but that's a huge huge seam to clean up. But you need to do it on a jet, any jet, because it's something you see. There's a bit of flash on that piece. Alright, so there's the belly plate, nose gear bay, and there's some, so these are the plastic wheels, kit wheels, and that's your cockpit tub pieces. That's the kit. Speed brakes, which you can do. Have them open with the kit parts. So where are they? Alright, so that's the plastic injection speed brake internal section, which has a little bit of detail. It's nothing like the resin, so obviously you use the resin. And you won't be using this part of the seat, but the belly plate has got nice detail on it as well. So there's another instrument panel here. So I don't know what the go is there. I know the first boxing that Azur did was French aircraft, so there might be different parts for that aircraft maybe. Flame holder part for the kit seat in there as well, which looks pretty good for plastic anyway. Rudder pedals. Careful getting these off, all these small parts. They've got a decent size sprue gate on them, so careful cutting them. The internal of the main gear bay. Alright, so here we have two of the same. Yes, so your kit pylons, which you will use for your drop tanks. You got a napalm bomb as well. But it all looks good. So that looks really nice. So there you go, something a bit out of the normal. Definitely hanging on to this one, and I'll be building at some stage because I've always wanted to do this particular aircraft, and until last year I don't think, well, you might have been able to get one, and 48 was probably really old, so this is more up to date. So I'm going to take some still photos now. Thanks for watching.